I mean, everything's connected.
You're just not serious.
Everything is connected.
God damn it.
What's up, housemates? Alright, as you all know, 4 of you guys were put up for possible eviction from the Big Brother house, and that's 1 of the 4 of you exit the lockdown house.
This is Big Brother. Also, you have 10 seconds to leave the Big Brother house.
I love you, Nengi.
2.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Okewumi and this is the Big Brother Bbnaija review and updates live on the Wumi's talk show. If you're just watching my videos for the first time, a very big welcome to you. Please take a minute of your time to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and also let me see your comments in the comment section below. So today, the main life evictions that would determine who stays for the finals, and guys, it was a very emotional one. So anyways, don't go nowhere.
To join the rest of the company.
Guy.
Today being the 64th day in the Big Brother house, with Dorothy, Laycon, Trickytee, and also up for possible eviction, and also a Sunday like this, the tension in the house was very hot and intense. But as usual, they have to make their air, and you know, the housemate really felt the absence of Prince, but nevertheless they still had beautiful hairs on because Trickytee was available to assist them, and you know, Neo tried his best to assist the females while also cut his hair by himself, you know, but really they felt the absence of Prince. Now after the whole making of hair session in the house, earlier yesterday night, also and Nengi had a quarrel, and this morning Nengi went also to apologize to him, and she was scared. She was like, she felt like she had already put him in trouble, because after their argument yesterday, Biggie called Ozo into the diary room, which was very unusual at that point, and so she felt really bad. So she apologized to Ozo, and she was like, she won't forgive herself if something actually happened to Ozo. And both of them said, and I'm like, so these people are just toying with our head, now toying with our mind, toying with our feelings. How can they just fight 1 minute and the next minute they settle up so quickly like that? So after the whole activity and process of the day, Big Brother called the housemates each into the diary room, and was asking them who they think would go home this week and who they would like to keep or remain in the house this Sunday. And so I'll just be mentioning a few of what they said. So actually, Trickytee said, the experience he had in the Big Brother house is like one of the best experiences he has ever had anyway, and he's thankful that he actually came, and this experience is a life-changing experience for him, and that he can never get that kind of experience anywhere else. And when Dorothy was asked who she would like to remain in the house and leave, she said herself and Ozo, and then she thinks that Laycon and Trickytee might leave while and Ozo remain, because they were up last week and they stood a chance with Kidwire, so she feels like she has a chance this week. Also, when Ozo was asked, he said he would like he and Dorothy to remain to finals while Laycon and Trickytee home. And so while Laycon chose Ozo and Trickytee to leave today, and then he himself and Dorothy to stay to finance. Nengi definitely obviously chose Ozo. And so guys, the housemates after the whole this thing, they were gingering up. Laycon was like, see, if I go, I go. If I leave my life, I don't have it, anything can happen. And Dorothy was tense all through today. She was just acting like, okay, let me just hold my faith. And finally, eviction time
you guys were put up for possible eviction from the Big Brother house, and at least 1 of the 4 of you exit the lockdown house. Will the nominated housemates please stand up? That's Dorothy, Laycon, Ozo, and Trickytee. You are safe. Listen. The next housemate to be evicted from the Big Brother Bbnaija lockdown house. Trickytee. You have been evicted. Yeah.
But I always come
Can't
out.
see why they're saving me.
You know, yeah. So I've had anything with Sony. I did like. I don't be like, oh Lord, that is so. Nah, no.
With other housemates in the house, and why he felt he was always getting saved all the time he was up for eviction. And I was like, he doesn't know. Maybe they really liked him because he was a jovial person. He doesn't know. He's not sure. But guys, I feel like it's because they felt okay. Yes, that time Trickytee was very jovial with everybody. He was free with everybody, and he was a very useful person in the house because he was directing all their tasks and wager, and was very helpful. So I feel that that's why they were saving him. And Ebuka asked him about his love life, like his girlfriend outside there. So I'm like, yes, so he actually has somebody outside the house. And Ebuka was like, okay, if you didn't have anybody outside the house, who would you have gone for? It was like Wathoni, that ever since he saw Wathoni, like from the very first day he saw Wathoni, he told her that he liked her, but not like he was going to go into a relationship with her anyways, that he liked her, that if he was actually single before he came to the house, as he liked Wathoni, he wouldn't have gone further to a relationship till after the house. So like he now mentioned, so he was like, I'm not like Ozo. And Ebuka was like, wow, what do you mean? I was like Ozo is soft and is very emotional, and that's fine, but him is not like that type of person. He will first wait till they get outside the house before he starts showing any kind of love. That though he may like the person, but he will first wait till he comes outside the house. And Trickytee said he has plans. Trickytee said he has plans to actually further in filmmaking, and also his music. He's a musician, guys. He's gonna stream his songs and also his music. And guys, I'll miss Trickytee, but you know, the game is the game. So the next housemate that was evicted tonight was
will leave the house right now. So when I call your name, you'll have just 10 seconds to exit the Big Brother Bbnaija lockdown house. The next housemate to be evicted is Ozo. You have been evicted.
His big brother. Also, you have 10 seconds to leave the Big Brother house. 3,
I love you, Nengi.
2.
To many people, like I'm a dum-dum, but then like being here and Nengi's still there. But like on one side, I'm really happy for Dorothy because everyone who watched knows how much I feel about Dora. There was one person I was going to get my head chopped off for. It definitely has to be Dora, so that's good. Nengi wasn't committed to like where I wanted to go with both of us. But yeah, I mean, like I just told her now, I said, man, if you get out, and I'm still going to be here as well.
You see, this particular eviction, I did not see it coming, and I bet that a lot of people did not see it coming, because last week when also Dorothy, Kidwire, and I think Prince were up for eviction together, Ozo topped the poll and Dorothy was beneath. So everybody had in mind, or they had already pictured that, oh, Ozo was going to definitely top the poll this evening, and they were like, oh, Ozo has more fans than Dorothy, like he topped the poll last week, so definitely Dora will be leaving tonight. And so me, I was still like, I don't know, I can't be sure, but definitely I didn't want Dorothy to leave, but I was shocked that Ozo actually left. And you know, guys, I was like, it was so emotional. I didn't even know when it tear dropped, especially the part where he was leaving and he went to hug Nengi. Like, he first took his time, hugged other housemate, then went to Nengi and hugged. Like, look, he used his 10 seconds remaining to hug Nengi. And then when he was leaving, he told Laycon to take care of Nengi, and he was like, Nengi, I love you. And he gave Nengi a peck. And Nengi broke down. She was in tears. She was crying. See, what if, as I was in my emotional state, what made me laugh was when Ozo pecked Nengi. I was like, I love you. I will. And V passed and she was laughing. I was like, this girl will not kill me. Like, she literally passed their phone and like, she was laughing. And I was like, God. And so like when Ozo got out and Ebuka asked him, he was like, yeah, he knows that people may think he's a dumb person because of the way he was chasing around Nengi, even after she told him that she had a boyfriend or she had a situation outside the house. But he felt like, yes, it was a reality show, but he came here and he found love. So that's the case, and he really loves Nengi, really like to have Nengi really like to start up a family with Nengi because of the type of person she is. She's a go-getter. He was just saying so many nice and sweet things about Nengi. Meanwhile, Nengi was in the house. She was crying after the whole killing. I knew that the cry would know. Though I know she felt pained that also left, but after the tears, Oh, so as we remember, there is no eviction night without Ebuka shaking tables. I saved the tables it shook for the last, the best for the last. Actually, Ebuka turned a bit of tables, slight tables today, which I'm going to be spilling. But before I do that, if you have watched this video to this point and you haven't subscribed, please, I beg you, do so. Take a minute, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and also let me know about let me know in the comment section about what you think of Ozo's eviction. Now let's get to the tables that Ebuka broke tonight.
Be calming down. Ask you about the nomination process this week. Be very honest. How did you feel when the names were called out and you found out that the only two people who were safe were the couple?
Like, it was such a coincidence, but I mean, it was really a back and forth between myself and Ozo. Like, he kept asking me, is that my final answer? And I'm like, since you guys don't want to agree, let's just go with this. So I don't know if it was planned between them. I don't know.
Yes or no? Did you feel played?
Pretty much. Yes, I did.
All right. Ozo, what's up?
Closest person here, we had some, we had some back and forth.
And
and we would always resolve our issues. Like, that's the way we've always been. It's like, we're fighting this minute and next minute we're good. So
you've used so many terms to describe him. Now you just said closest person. What exactly is he?
So I'm going to be starting with the first table that he broke. He went on to ask Dorothy how she felt about the whole new nomination process this week, and was she comfortable with the people she voted for? Were they actually, like, how did she feel when she found out that Neo and V, the couple in the house, did not get up? She felt it was like a coincidence, because initially the people she actually wanted, they didn't get to put them down, so she just agreed with whatever they wanted to go with. That even they had a little bit of misunderstanding, but they resolved it, and she's like, oh, it was just a coincidence. Ebuka asked her a direct question, that do you think or do you feel played by these two housemates, that's Neo and V? And she was like, yes, definitely, she felt played. Like, she feels played by them, and she just feels like it's a coincidence. And then also was asked the same question, and also was like, oh yeah, though he's not who he wanted that was up, but what can they do? Like, he just wanted to make sure they work as a team and come up with something. He wanted to imbibe the team spirit. And also when you ask him A, he was go to Z. And then Ebuka moved to Nengi, asked Nengi, how was your day? How was your weekend? She was like, her week was filled with ups and downs. And Ebuka asked her to discuss the downs with him. And she was like, oh, her and our closest friend in the house had a misunderstanding. And so she was just like, oh, for the period where they had their misunderstanding, she was down and all. And Ebuka was like, you have used so many terms to describe Ozo. Last week he was like, it's just like a brother. Last 2 weeks, my best friend. Now this week, closest person. So that kind of thing. So Ebuka wanted to be sure, who is he to you exactly? What is he? And she's like, Ozo is like her best friend and like the closest person she is with in the house. It is what it is. Anyways, Ebuka left Nengi and moved to Neo. And he said, oh, yes, I told you guys yesterday night's party when Ozo was having a misunderstanding with Nengi. Neo told Ozo, guy, you need to lock up. You got to lock up. You say if you get pride, no, they chase this baby around, that kind of thing. And so Ebuka asked him today that why was he telling Ozo to lock up yesterday? And I explained that, see, Ozo chases this girl around too much. He has his own self-esteem, and at some point the babe too also wants her space, and that's why he was trying to tell her to lock up and that kind of thing. That sometimes some people want their space, so he was trying to tell him to calm down for a bit and give her breathing space. And Ebuka was like, does he think that Ozo is overdoing his stuff with Nengi, or Nengi is using Ozo? And he was like, for him, also it's not overdoing, it's not doing too much, because it's something he would do if he actually loves somebody. So he wouldn't say that Ozo is doing too much. And for Nengi, he doesn't think that Nengi is using Ozo, that he just feels like she doesn't want to rush into things. That's why she's taking her time with him. And so guys, that's like the only thing, the only thing that the highlight of tonight's live's eviction. Now moving on, after the whole live eviction, the housemates were excited that they made it to top 5. Big Brother even announced it to them. Ebuka reminded that, yes, so you guys, you've made it to the top 5. So Ebuka always drops proverb that you just be like, wow. He said something like, Agbalumo, it takes patience to know that Agbalumo, that's Udara, can actually turn into chewing gum. You get when you chew it for long. Udara is cherry, Agbalumo, anyone. So he shall advise the top 5 housemates. Our top 5 housemates are Neo. No, let me start in this order: Laycon, Dorothy, Nengi, Neo, and V. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy they made it. I'm so happy that they made it to the finals. Ebuka shall give them advice. As much as you're in the final, will still give us entertainment. So because this is a reality show, but then be careful, watch your back, because somebody may want to do something to actually risk your chances of winning. So you have to be careful. Do not trust anybody. I know Ebuka with his proverbs and speech. After that, the housemates were changing, thanking God. They were excited. They gave each other group hugs. And, Big Brother actually gave them a surprise in the garden room.
I don't need to talk because everyone is doing it.
To be very honest, I was like, is this not the Nengi that was crying a few minutes ago? But anyways, people show emotions differently, and maybe she's just trying to act strong. But then after the eviction, the housemate did not know that Biggie had a surprise for them. He just told them, go to the garden room. So all of them, their mind, Dorothy was even like, maybe he wanted them to sanitize. V's mind went to another place. So they were all guessing why could Biggie possibly tell us to go to the garden room. V was like, maybe Ebuka is waiting for us there, and all those things. Different thoughts went through their mind, but eventually when it got to the garden area, Biggie had champagne for them. He wrote a note to them, congratulations on making it to the top 5, and dropped champagne for them. They made toast to the housemates that have left, the previous housemates that have left. They made toast to themselves, and they appreciated people that actually made them be in the house, or had one way or the other of supporting them to being in the house. And they hugged each other, they gave toast, they drank, they were happy. And Biggie did not just give them champagne, he actually made the jacuzzi available to them. So it was like a jacuzzi party. After they had the champagne and they made their toast, they went into the room to change into their swimsuits and all, and they came back to the garden to have fun. They went to the jacuzzi. Laycon was so excited. I don't know whether he was drunk, but he wasn't drunk, he wasn't that high, but he was so happy tonight. I was just going around like, thank God I'm here. I thank God I made it this far. Dorothy was happy and she was feeling blessed. Nengi was just indifferent, while V and Neo were thankful. Anyways, while they were in the jacuzzi having the whole fun, Laycon and Dorothy went inside at a point, and Neo and Nengi were having a conversation in the jacuzzi before Laycon came to join them. And from that conversation, Neo was telling Nengi how Ozo really feels about her, how Ozo really likes her. She was like, she likes him too. She knows that even a blind person will know that Ozo liked her. And they were discussing this, and then Laycon came into the discussion, and he brought up he and Erica issue, and Nengi was like, I was really clear and obvious. Then Nengi finally gave her own opinion on what she thought about the whole Laycon and Erica Kidwire issue.
She likes him as impressive, but I don't think she likes him in that way. Of course, I don't see there's no way you like somebody that way and you be comfortable.
that. Exactly. She was intoxicated.
She still liked Bbnaija.
No, you know what I like to say. I like to.
Oh, when she kissed you, maybe intoxication.
The intoxication, yeah.
But there's no doubt in the fact that Erica liked Bbnaija. Because so many times she was talking about
talk about me like that too. I don't want too much. No person.
And now, guys, do you all agree with what Nengi is saying? Let me know in the comment section below. So apparently, while Nengi and New kept on talking about how Ozo really liked her and he could do anything for her, blah blah blah, and Laycon came in and was like, if you like somebody, you do just anything. And then Nengi went for that to say like, and Laycon was like, I really liked her. And she was like, see, for real, she knows. Okay, Neil was not telling Laycon that no, he knows that Erica actually liked him, that she was just physically attracted to Kid, but she actually liked Laycon, but she was reasoning something. And then I was like, no, she disagrees with Neil, that Erica liked Laycon as a friend, but not in that way. That the person Erica truly and actually liked in the house was Bbnaija, because she always talks about her. She was crazy about him. So like she did not agree with Neil on that point, because Neil was trying to say, I think Erica liked you, but she was trying to hide it or something. And then Nengi was like, no, that Erica liked Laycon fine, but just as a friend and not in that light. And then she was like, see, if I'm you, like she was like, if I like somebody and the person doesn't like me back, more not to just lock up. Like I'll just literally see the person and ignore the person. I won't talk to the person. Laycon was like, I tried that. I tried to do it, but she kept on coming to meet me and all. And Nengi was like, no, I'm not talking about your situation. I'm just saying from my point of view that if I like somebody, the person doesn't like me back, I'll just lock up. So they were having this conversation, and the other housemate went to sleep. Guys, unfortunately for now, that's all we can take tonight on the Big Brother Naija review and updates live on the Women's Talk Show. Please do not forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share, and also let me know what you think about this conversation in the comment section below. Have a wonderful day or night ahead. Bye.